this is
Hi, this is the Infinite Elevation Hour, and I'm your host, Reverend Natalie Jean, and this is
Erline Germain. Hello.
And we're here to give you some spiritual insights, some creative ideas, some ideas that will allow you to bring out your passions and make you just a happier person altogether. So how was your day, Erline?
It was good.
That's good. I'm glad it was good.
And how about your day?
My day was extremely busy. I'm at my 9 to 5 job. I'm working on 2 projects at the same time. No, let's see. No, that's 3 projects at the same time, and I'm pulling my hair out. But you know, with God, all is good. I'll get it done. And you?
You're hilarious. I like the way you said that. Today was it my final? Yeah, it was my final day in class.
Yay!
For a week.
It's only a week, but it counts.
Right. So, you know, I want to say it's a little bit of a celebration, but at the same time, you gotta get the mindset hasn't seeped in because I have a creepy feeling like something else is gonna pop up.
Right.
Because technically there is a week 11 at school,
right,
and that would be
right.
next week. But if all goes well, I'll be clear in week 11 and then be on my little break. So I'm happy about that, and I'm looking forward for spring.
Amen.
Don't know what happened with that. We had like a taste of it, you know, and then it just got real cold. So now I'm like, okay, not liking the weather whatsoever. So I don't know, I'm in between, but I guess I'm happy to be here, happy to be alive, and looking forward to when things warm up.
Amen to that. I like the sun. I love the
Me
sun.
too.
I don't do cold weather, don't do snow. So hallelujah, thank God for no snow.
You were born in December, though.
November.
Oh, excuse me. Sorry. No, you know why I said December? Because you're Sagittarius.
Yeah.
That's why. Sorry.
Yeah, you know,
she's in
it
November.
doesn't matter. I still come from the Caribbean family.
I know.
There's some hotness here. This body can't take the cold. Now, one of the things we wanted to talk to you about today was how people manage to have their spiritual time when they basically are juggling, let's say, 10 things at a time. When do you find the time to really get down and dirty with God? Yes, I'm going to say get down and dirty with God to take that time. Now, for me, I take time with God every day, every single way. When I'm working out, and working out is part of my job, it's a job for me at certain points, I say, okay, God, it's you and me. We're going to work today. Let's motivate. Let's do all the things. You know, I'm training to do this half marathon in October. So when I get on the treadmill, I'm like, oh, I don't feel like it. And then I hear God say, oh, you're getting on there. And then once we start running, we're running together. And I said, oh, God, I don't know. No, he said, you're not tired. You don't feel any pain. You feel that? No, come on, girl. You got this. You got this. And last night I was like, oh, I could hear God go, okay, baby girl, you got this. You keep running. So basically, during those times of workouts, I feel that I work with God and get my spiritual awareness or spiritual guidance or spiritual food at that point. Now, when I'm at work, I really need God then, because there are days you just want to curse everybody out. But I say, oh no, God is working through me. Or, you know, like we talked about earlier, it's taking about maybe 2 seconds, 3 seconds, 1 minute in the car, just a little prayer, and you're out. I don't think a person has to sit for 15 minutes, 10 minutes, you know, in front of a Buddha or in front of a cross or in front of Jesus to say, okay, I've done my spiritual work. As long as we are walking amongst this earth and we are good people, we are harmonious people, we're peaceful, we're good to other people, I think we're already doing our work. Mm-hmm. We're already embodying what Jesus and how God wants us to be. We're embodying and representing God.
Well, I guess I had presented this topic prior to us starting because sometimes I feel like I want to give more because in the past I've been used to doing more,
right?
Dedicating more time to reading, or I don't know. It's an all-around way for me to feel more centered and balanced. So with what you're saying, I guess what helped me this past weekend Linwood convinced me, my boyfriend convinced me to get a massage at the mall. I think we went in for something, I don't remember, something at Target, and it was in and out. And all of a sudden, we saw the little massage parlor in there, and I'm a little sketchy about that stuff. I'm like, wait a second, in the mall, like, what's going on, you know? But the guy, they were about to close or whatever. I laid out, and he actually gave me a really good massage in that, I don't know, the knots, the stress, you know, I could hear my inner spirit, like, you need this, calm down, chill out, you know. And so that, I'm like thankful for, that I had that experience. And on a daily basis, I guess my communal thing, like you said, you have your routine, is I'll light candles and maybe some incense when I get home. Like, that chills me out. But I would like to improve on my prayer, my prayer work. But I do agree, when you do walk the walk, you know, in everything that you do, even when you counsel people or you go out of your way to, you know, say a nice word or something like that, it counts. But it can be challenging when you have a very cut schedule that's like bam, 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 back to back, back to back, back to back, you know. So that's the issue that I've been facing. And I guess one of the ways that I've I have to cut back on what I think is worth it and what is not worth it. Does that make sense at all?
No, I think that's very important.
But I would like to exercise more again, and I had to take out something, hopefully out of my schedule, that will allow me to do that, you know? And I think, and see, the other challenge I have is like, oh, well, you know, if I like quit working or doing X, Y, and Z, I'm not going to get paid or this. And then I have to stop myself and think about how God is my supply. I'm not going to rely on those things, you know, like that's like an idol, because if that doesn't, you know, you're putting so much, if that doesn't, because what ends up happening when I do stuff like that is I will work work it to death. Like, I'll work my butt off, take other people's shift, and then my check comes back, more taxes taken out or something. And I'm like, wait a second, like, what's the deal here? You know? Do you know what I mean? So
no, I understand.
It's like I'm putting a lot of energy into it, but not getting much return. But then when I chill out, and I'm like, okay, I'm taking care of myself, I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, people come up to me, hey, you know, I'm interested in doing this, I'm interested in doing that. Do you know somebody, or can you connect me? You know, I get more of a freelance place in doing stuff, and I feel much better. You know what I mean? So I don't know. It's, I guess the balance is what I'm talking about in the issue. That I don't know if other people have that, but.
Oh, I'm sure that a lot of people have issues balancing the human world versus the spiritual world, and trying to incorporate the spiritual world into our daily lives when we know we're pounding the pavement. And like you said, you know, we need to start remembering that, you know, God is our support. God is the power that is in our lives that we have to go to whenever, you know, we feel run down or stressed out and we feel that we can't. God is never away. He's never far off. God is right there, inside, around, all around us. And so even if a person takes a second, you go into a bathroom stall, you don't even have to do that. You can stand in one place and say, God, I love you. Your prayer is done. Your spiritual work is done. For me, you know, it's not about sitting in front of an altar, doing decrees, saying prayers, doing that anymore. And I used to do a lot of that. You know, when I was living in New York and when I came back to live here, it was like 200 decrees in the morning, 200 at night. After a while, I didn't even know what I was saying when I was decreeing. And then I would do them in my sleep. I would know them backwards and forwards. But after a while, I started to say to myself, you know, am I even comprehending what I'm doing? And I understood it, but I lost the taste for doing decrees, because I'm the type of person that I can't keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. It's just not me. And so I said, you know what? There's something to the spiritual work where, you know, we're always talking about spirituality. We're always reading about spirituality. But are we walking the walk? Are we actually embodying the things that we are saying? And 9 times out of 10, people are not embodying the things. They're talking. They're talking about it to death, but they're not walking the walk. Some people can think that they're so spiritual and treat you like so badly. And so I changed the way I did things. I stopped like sitting at an altar and praying and doing all that stuff. Instead, every day I would affirm something about myself. And just affirmations were really working for me. And I was speaking the truth about myself. And, when I started to do that, I started manifesting more things in my life. Because at this point, I said, okay, I've learned my principles. Now I'm going to use them.
Yeah, I think that's a good key thing to say. It's like you've graduated to the next level. Because initially you had to understand what it was all about.
Exactly.
And I kind of, I don't want to say I'm in transition, I don't know. But no, I'm there where, like you said, you have to put into practice what you know, and it's a constant reminder, and you do it through, key things in your day, key statements.
Right.
And I guess I kind of have those moments with myself, when you go inside of yourself and you're like, God, get me through this day. I can do this. You strengthen me. You say a quote or a song or something, some piece of inspiration. Because, I'll be honest, the world can be brutal sometimes.
Yeah, no, it can.
What I've encountered, and I've had challenges my way, trying to keep my cool with people.
Amen.
And you're like, whoa, wait a second. I don't know. That's another beast right there. Is there a reference to it real quick? You want to, how do you deal with it? Because as a student, I feel like you're always given tests sometimes. And and it's funny because sometimes I'll get the same kind of situation keep coming my way to figure out what exactly
and let there be light.
Yeah, I know. Okay, that was interesting. Maybe God liked what I was talking about right there. But all right, we're having an interesting day today.
No, I understand where you're coming from. We all have to work out our situations. We have to work out how and when we give time. I'm always giving time to God. And it's funny because today, I don't know who I was talking to, but I was like, you know what? I really enjoy helping other people. I really enjoy it. I love to see the look on people's faces when they have achieved their goal, or they have that aha moment where they finally something clicked for them. And so I'm walking today and I'm thinking about that. I said, oh, I love helping people. All of a sudden, this lady comes to me. She says, excuse me. Excuse me. I said, yes. She said, I'm a homeless person.
Okay.
And do you have $5 that you can help me to get something to eat? And I said, well, I don't usually carry money on me. I usually have all my debit cards or whatever. And I said, well, what do you want to eat? So there's this Asian restaurant around the corner. And she said, well, the people don't want me to come in there because I'm homeless. And I said, well, you're going to come in with me. And so we go in. You could see the store. The owner was mad. She was mad. And I go, she's going to order, and I'm going to pay for it.
Oh my goodness.
That was the worst thing I could have said. No.
What did they say?
No, she didn't say anything. It's just, the look on her face. She had an attitude. She was angry. And so the woman proceeded to order. And I thought she was going to order everything off of the menu. But she ordered, 4 different things. It came up to like $14. But anyway, and so I paid for it and I left, and the lady was very grateful. And so I tell this story because I put that out there. But it was like the instant I put it out there, bam! Somebody came to me and said they needed something.
And it was your test.
Oh my gosh, it was just then I started thinking, you don't know, that could have been Jesus right there. You could have been feeding Jesus.
I know.
I always think about that. And, sometimes it's not that I do that often or all the time. If I don't have money, you know what? I say a prayer for the person while I'm walking by. If they ask me and I say, no, I don't have. And I ask God to shelter them, put clothes on them, to feed them and stuff like that. But it was just so interesting. And
it's just like right away.
Right away.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, God, gotcha.
Yeah.
That's great.
No, but that shows you how you ever think about like the universe having ears?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
I was like, all right.
literally, because I'll say something, I might even forget about it. It'll come right, and
bam.
I'm like, exactly, or repeat it exactly how, and I'm like, wait, that is too weird of a
I was
queen.
like, do I need to keep my mouth shut? I guess but it shows you the two sides. It says, okay, you can put something out there that's so good, but you could, if let's say you say something negative, that means that the same thing could happen when you put something out that's negative. So I was just like, okay, I'm gonna watch my words. I mean, I'm glad that I could help this young lady out.
You just brought into my mind, I saw that movie Eat, Pray, Love, and when she went to India and they had the silent moments, and I was thinking about it the other day, and I was like wondering, do I think I could remain silent for like, I don't even think I could do it for a full day, like, but they had to be in silence time for like 3-4 days or something, or a week.
Wow.
Yeah, in the movie, like one of the characters was in silence, and Julia Roberts was trying to talk to her, and she was like, and she had a little silence button, and then she would go into silence too. But when she came out of silence, she was like, speaking a mile a minute, she was like all the stuff I wanted to say, but I couldn't say it because I was in silence. But I think that was a way of cleansing her spirit, and just listening, because sometimes, and I have a issue with that, I'll be like talking a lot or taking in a lot of music, or I like to watch Netflix at night, taking in all that stuff, and then you're dulling out like your own voice and what you need to be hearing, and so anyhow.
So one of the next things we wanted to talk about was we've got a new pope. Isn't that exciting? I know it's exciting for some. It's not really exciting for me. Now, I have to say that it's not exciting for me because I have an issue. All the popes have looked alike.
They don't
change.
They get older now.
They're all Caucasian.
They're getting older.
They're all old as dirt. They're all Caucasian. Did I say that? I'm saying it again. Except I have to say this man is from Argentina. So he's got some Spanish in him. He's got a little something.
South America.
Still, he's not a brother. And the fact that he's not a woman.
Oh.
And I say to myself,
good luck with that one in the Catholic Church.
Somebody said that to me the other day. They said, that'll never happen, not in your lifetime. Now, if we're dealing with God, that's not necessarily true. Because God will put a woman. We gave you life. We gave you life. That Pope wouldn't be here if it wasn't for all of this.
I understand, but
That society is a male-dominated society.
I didn't want to go that
route,
but
but they are male-dominated.
What I was gonna say is the structure of the order. That's how. No, I'm just saying.
I know.
That's how that society is built.
Well,
and I think I researched this a while ago, but when they started doing that system, it started off not with them picking, I think it was like lineage or something, and then it became into this picking the cardinals and the white smoke and all of that. But I don't know, I think it just gets blown out of proportion.
You think?
Just with the publicity.
You think?
I think the Today Show flew out there, and I don't know. It's just a lot going into it where I think maybe that publicity could go into
something else,
other more meaningful things. I'm not saying that the Pope is not meaningful. Maybe to a lot of people he is, but I think there are other projects out there that if they had gotten that much publicity, they could expand and help a lot more.
Right. For me, it's not disrespecting the Pope or anything like that, but that whole system needs to change. As long as I'm going to be alive, I want to see a female Pope. I'd like to see a different type of Pope. It's only fair. We have to see something different. It's just like, okay, we have President Obama. We needed to see something different. People were tired of seeing the same thing. And after Obama, we're going to see a female president. That's when all the women are going to go outside and burn their bras in front of the streets in March. But, my problem with, my whole thing, and it's no disrespect to anybody else, and anybody else can believe in the Pope. I just don't believe in popes. My problem with this is that people, when they see a pope, they look at this person like God. They find this person as a master. I've seen people cry, get on their knees, and do all that stuff. And I'm thinking, why? This person came out of a woman just like everybody else. He studied. He became a priest. He did wonderful things by becoming a priest. And then he got up to being cardinal, then pope, and all that good stuff. But why is it that people have to worship these people? If you want to worship somebody, worship your fellow man. Worship the person that's doing, something great in this world. And it's not that this person is not doing something great, but it's just the hysteria, like you say, that goes along when they've selected a pope. He's just a man.
But I think, because I was raised Catholic.
So was I.
And I don't know if you'll agree with me, there's a thing about Catholicism that makes you feel like you're a sinner.
Yeah, like you're lesser than everything. Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that you are going to go to HE double hockey sticks. Or
hell.
Or you're going something, like I constantly felt like that I remember even to this extent, Natalie, I will never forget this. Like it was confession, we had to go to confession. I was little, maybe like 11 or something. And I would go like every Sunday. Like it was
right.
like,
I remember.
I used
did
to go
too.
every Sunday. And then one Sunday, I kid you not, the priest was like, okay, what is it, my child? What are your sins or whatever? I don't know. I think I was like, well, I was eating bubble gum, something. And he was like, all right, when you got something better, come back. I was like, okay. I think he was trying,
he's like, gotta go.
Okay.
Okay.
No, but it was just like to the point where it was like, okay. And then I got to thinking, and I was like, well, I don't know what more, what is considered, I guess, sinful?
Well,
from an 11-year-old perspective, if you're supposed to not eat gum for your teeth, you know what I mean? Like, but to me, I'm like, oh, I'm committing a crime.
I mean, it's especially worse when you're a Haitian Catholic child, because a little thing you do is like considered bad.
I don't think that's only in our culture.
Yeah, but our culture is very prevalent with this, that they're ready to beat your butt.
Yeah, I think it's because back home, like from what I gather, it's nothing but the church.
Right. That's true. But
no,
that's
you
true.
know what I mean? Like that's what circulates, because even when I went in Haiti in 2010, and we went to my grandfather's memorial, like they did a thing, I was like shocked by how, I'm not saying for our ceremony, but before ours there was like a funeral going on, and yeah, it was like kind of crazy. It was a lot going on, but people were like, it was like packed. I was like, wow, we don't get that much over here, with some of the services I've been to, but it was like just putting it in their hearts and minds, like this is the way, and this, and then you hear tales about Haitian priests and stuff like this,
yes.
and they're, like you said, they're put on a pedestal. But I think that is a way of maybe some people feeling better, because they, in that religion, you're considered a sinner if you do X, Y, and Z, a way of kind of controlling stuff. But, that's what they do. For me, I'm glad that they chose a new pope. I'm not sure why the other one stepped down, because he didn't pass away, right? No, I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying.
No,
that.
He didn't.
Okay, what?
No, he didn't die.
Okay, he didn't pass away because they replaced the other one because
he said
he passed.
that he was tired. I don't know if he was kind of sick, but then there was rumors after that He did some stuff which I wouldn't find. It's not like I wouldn't believe if they said that one of these popes or priests or whatever you want to call them did something inappropriate and stuff like that. But it was more so that he was tired and he needed to step down. You know, I think there's a necessity for everything in this world. And the people that believe in popes, you know, he's a source of inspiration for them. And I think for those people, I think I'm happy for them. They love this inspiration. But for me, it's detrimental to people because they look up to this person as this God that can do all these things. And yet they don't understand that everything that this person is doing is everything that they can do. So, you know, these people try to, like the popes, the Vatican, whatever, they try to say that they have all the power. And that is false, you know. And as you were saying about, you know, when you go to Catholic church and stuff, they'll tell you you're born into sin. And I was talking to somebody about that the other day, and I said, and the message came to me that, you know, that is a seed that they plant in the minds of their congregation, like you said, to control them. Because I cannot be born into sin. This is God's world. So what they have done initially when they plant that seed is that they have put a veil over these people's eyes. So then they get immersed in the human conditioning. They know nothing of God anymore because these people are telling them they're born into sin, they're sinners, they're meant to suffer. That is not God's world. And so then these people, at a certain point in their lives, they start to say, something is not right. Why am I suffering? Why do I have to suffer? When did God tell me to do that? And then they start looking at different religious modalities or different spiritual modalities, and they want to evolve and climb out of that.
Well, my thing with this is, with this discussion also, I feel that maybe the Pope and certain priests, or if not all, they know a lot more about spirituality than maybe what is said to the congregation. And the reason I'll say that, because they go to theology school. I mean, they immerse themselves in doctrines from all different places, and I'm pretty sure from many different faiths, because you can't tell me you're going to study just straight.
Some of them do study straight, but some of them do.
Yeah, but you still, I mean, even in an intro class to whatever, they're going to give you several different versions of whatever, and you can make up your mind. So I firmly believe that, and I get that feeling from some, like Haitian priests that I know, that they know more about spirit, just like I've learned, you know, but my eyes were open to that. Because prior to that, I mean, I followed it, but to be honest, I always was kind of questioning, like, whether this was real. And I'm glad, you know, I met your mom when I did meet her, because she kind of introduced me to different thoughts about stuff. Right. But it's just, and how do I say this? For those that are not familiar with like a new way of thinking, a new thought movement, it's hard to explain it. I don't think I could explain something like this to my mom. Right. Because she's grown up, like we were discussing, into a culture that has issues even with Protestants. Okay? Right. They have issues with everything. You know what I mean? So I'm just saying, if you're not Catholic, it's
what's that world?
My boyfriend, he's Christian, but what kind of Christian? Does he believe in Christ? Yeah, he's cool, you know. He's not worshiping, he's a child of God. He's not worshiping no demons or nothing. I would have known by now. You know, so you I think it's like, the more you get into spirituality, the more you can sense out different things, you know, and what floats the boat of many may not float your boat. Right. Because my life still goes on. I still have deadlines to meet. I still have things to do. No, honestly, you know, and it's great that people can pause and take a break and go to Italy and Gaga outside of the Vatican for a week. Like, kudos to you. But, I'm just keeping it real. Like, it's just like, and I guess in America, we get a little desensitized to certain things because, hey, time ticks no matter what.
That's
you know
right.
what I mean? And life goes on over here, and you have to live your best life. You know, if that's not what you do, then you got to do what you do.
Yeah, and I think that, and I agree, you know, kudos to those people that could go fly all the way over there and get us so excited over there, because that might be their passion. And I agree with you that there's certain theological schools that will teach you everything, and there's some that won't. Now, the whole thing with the Vatican is that if people really knew, they have a vault over there in the Vatican.
It feels like a secret society.
It is a secret society. There is a vault in the Vatican that holds a lot of the great truths about Jesus, about whether he had wife, children, all that stuff. They know that stuff. I mean, they know it. But in order to control their people, they're not going to let you know that. You know, in Catholicism, they have to put Jesus on a pedestal so that you can't believe that you can be just like him. Because they need to control your mind. You have to walk like a robot and do what they say. Well, this lady over here excommunicated herself, and I started, you know, learning different religious modalities that allowed you to be who you are and wasn't telling you how to be, how to act, who to see, this, that, and the other. Because I don't really have time for that, do you?
No, not really.
We don't have time for much anything.
No, I go by what feels right.
Right.
If that makes sense. It's like, I had my mala beads the other day, and I was like, man, I haven't done these in a while. But that feels right when I do it.
Right.
Do you know what I mean? And certain Buddhist practices feel right to me. And some people say, oh, I remember I had a conversation with somebody, and she got in my face and was like, so what are you saying? Are you like a Buddhist or something? And I was like,
Did she do it like
yeah,
that?
she was kind of like that. And I was like, I'm not sure. You know, there's certain things about that religion that I really connect with, going within. Like, what do you mean you go within? Like, you check out, you smoke or something? I'm like, no. You know, I had this conversation, and it was like dealing with ignorance, you know, and I was like, well, if you read this book real quick or you watch this movie, you'll know, you know, I don't need to like smoke a J to like contact God. You know what I mean? It's just, you know, I can go within myself. But the interesting part about all of this is if you're not educated or you're not given this information, when you are exposed to it, it seems a little foreign to you, and you're like, you're looking at the person like, say what? Like, no, because I remember first few times I went up to the center and stuff, and I hung around you guys, I was like, these people are weird. No, like, that was what I was thinking in my mind. And even having the discussion with Linwood, he was like, yeah, if people come up here, they're going to be thinking, like, these people got some issues or something. You know, because most of the people there have psychic abilities, and I think we all have psychic abilities to some extent, and we're using them, you know, and once you tap into it, you start understanding them a little bit better. But it's just the initial introduction into it, because it's not something that you were born into, nor was it something that is like commercialized, like on a television screen constantly over and over and over. Everybody knows what McDonald's is, but does everybody know what God is?
Right.
Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And of course, I don't think that's going to be put out there as much, because what did they say? One of the most controversial things to ever talk about at dinner is religion and politics. You know, because we all have our own
views,
understanding, which is okay, you know. But it's always good, I feel, to tolerate another person,
definitely,
than to bash another person.
Amen to that.
And I get bashed, you know, and I say, you know,
love and light.
It is, and I feel you when you're encouraged to like assist others, because I like that. I got a card from one of my friends today, which was nice, because she said, thank you, Erline, for the spiritual guidance you've given me.
That's nice.
And I was thinking, I said, I don't know what, I guess here and there, you know, I've said a couple things, but I think because she tried to meditate one time and she told me about her freaky experience, and she was like, oh my God, I like saw my whole like life zoomed backwards or something. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. You got to meditate more, you know? And I said, you have the gift, you know, but I think she's a little afraid because she was never introduced into the concept. So it's all about empowering yourself, Natalie. What I've learned thus far. But yeah, definitely like practicing. What you've learned is a challenge, especially when not many people have learned what you've learned.
Yeah, it is. It is.
You know, because it's like you're walking around with the light, but not everybody else has the light. And so, and another thing about that too, people want to rub up against you. Take some of your energy, and you be like, wait a second.
It's like this, man.
You know, I can't get that kind of energy coming into me.
Right.
So it's a lot, like we were talking about balance with all of it. So, I don't know. Looking forward to what maybe hopefully this Pope with all the, what he does. Because I really feel like.
I don't even know what they do. And if anybody.
When you have, and that's what I say, if I ever were to be celebrity or something like this, you have to do something with it.
No, I agree 100%.
Because you're given, I mean, it seems to me like you're given this opportunity.
I don't know what he does.
What do
he comes out into the street and the balcony and says hello, and then he walks back out inside his thing. That's what he does. He says, and everybody's.
Well, that's like with the royals. That's like with the royals when they got married and stuff. And I was like,
that's another thing. Don't even get me started on that stuff.
That is though. When they came out, I'm like, that looks like John and Kate. You know, or is her name Kate? That looks like anybody. Mary and Joe getting married. I mean, you know, I don't know if the whole
I can understand the
world is going to be like.
I mean, I can understand the people in that country because that's what they're used to, and they're so all Gaga, da-da-da-da-da. But I mean, I was excited when we had President Obama as president for the first time. In this first time was way more exciting. And the second time you're like, yeah, we got this. But but after a while, you know, I get tired of. And I was thinking about this today also, that we tend to put these people on a pedestal, and then these people, they get big heads. I was thinking about celebrities today. And I was reading about how and what these people want when they have to go somewhere, or they have to play somewhere, or they have to act, what has to be in their dressing room. And I am shocked by the audacity of these people. It's almost like they forget that they came out of a woman just like everybody else. They went through the same experiences as everybody else. Yeah, they became famous because of their fans. And I think a lot of artists forget about this. Musician, actors, actresses, whatever. They forget that if it wasn't for the fans, they wouldn't. I don't care how great of an actor you are, how great of a musician you are, how great of an artist you are. If it weren't for the people that liked it, they wouldn't be where they are tonight.
Okay, so I'm going to segue. Were you down with Beyonce's HBO video about her personal...
I didn't watch that.
Her personal journey.
My mother wanted to watch it. I didn't watch it.
And I saw a clip on YouTube, and it was interesting.
But she's one of those people that has to have something in her dressing room. That turns me off.
But do you think that they deserve it in terms of they've worked
if they listen
for it, Natalie?
I think they deserve all the money all the money that they have earned because of the work that they've put forth. However, if it weren't for the fans, let me reiterate, the fans are the ones that create them. Basically, because they're so in awe of them when they see them, they buy the tickets, they buy the albums, they buy everything. Now, if they only had one fan, they wouldn't be where they are. They could have the greatest gift, but if it wasn't for these people, my thing is that you can be famous, you can have all the money in the world, but don't let it go to your head to the point that, what was I reading? Christina Aguilera has to have like 5 dozen roses in her dressing room. It has to be Skittles, and it has to be only the red Skittles. That kind of stuff irks me. Because at that point, they think that they're coming from a different planet than anybody else. And then so they put themselves at a higher level than everybody else. And frankly, we're all on the same plane. I don't care where Beyonce is, Jay-Z, whoever, we are all on the same level. They may have more money than I do, which they think they do. I work with God, so I'm bringing my money to the visible. It's not going to stay in the invisible much longer. But
I second that.
Yeah, amen. You second that. But the
No, I'm
thing
with
is,
you.
I mean, they think, but at the one point, they think that they are better than other people.
Yeah.
Because to ask, I mean, it's different to ask, okay, I'd like a bottle of water, or maybe even a bottle of champagne. But to be that specific, you only want red Skittles, and you have to have certain things. I think Madonna, a fan, gave her some kind of flowers, and she didn't like them. She threw them back at the fan. I want to use a word here, but I'm not going to use a word. And I would have said, what? I made you. As the fans create all these people out here.
Well, I think for celebrity, their PR, publicists, all that stuff contributes to them. But I'm going to take it back to what are they doing with it? No, I really am.
No, I mean, they're not.
Because if you tell me that you can go into Bergdorf and Goodman or Barney's or whatever and drop, I don't know, $60K, but can't help somebody eat, I don't know.
That doesn't make sense, does it?
No, it doesn't.
It's
like
really?
It's kind of like an imbalance, because I'm like, well, what good does the celebrity do for you?
It doesn't.
It just feeds your ego
Exactly.
even more, and it puts you on the inflation in your mind. You know what I mean? I'm like, I just feel like getting a big head, but you don't help somebody else rise up or empower them. Okay, like I think they were saying, for Thanksgiving, Nicki Minaj went to like her public high school and gave out turkeys and did a publicity thing. But I'm like, how is that helping? Okay, they ate a turkey, but do you go there and spend time with the kid? You know what I mean? Okay, I understand her schedule is hectic, but like, what more are you doing? You know what I mean? Like, I just feel not very many do, and those that do, we don't really hear about.
Right.
I think we were at the movies a few weeks ago, not maybe a month ago or something, whenever I had a moment, like a Saturday, and we saw a promo real quick about, and I don't remember which actor, but they were talking about how they were going into Africa, and I think he was teaching kids at one point, but then he was like, what can I do to further these kids? Because when I leave, it goes back. It was orphans.
It wasn't Ben Affleck?
I don't know. I don't think it was. It was a younger kid. I don't know if he's even American. And this lady was talking, and she had selected him or something. They do a lot of charitable work. And so he got the notion to bring sports into play. And so that kind of changed the dynamics of it. But he lit up when he was talking about it, and I said, well, how come I had to come
to the movie,
pay $11 and wait for the movie to start to hear about this? No, I'm serious. But I could go on Media Takeout and find out in a heartbeat what somebody wore, when, who they hung out with, all these unnecessary details. You know what I'm saying?
Sells.
It's what sells, but I feel like that would be much more of something. Maybe I'm just speaking from a humanitarian perspective, but it just seems like it'd be more of something beneficial to the world.
No, I mean, I
and of social media than finding out who did what when.
No, I mean, I agree with you 100%. One actor that I love to death because he's still is Sean Penn. That man said he's never. He said he's never going to leave Haiti.
I saw his interview. He's very passionate.
No, he's so passionate about Haiti. He's like, I'm going to do there. He said, people are forgotten about Haiti. They need to get back and really think about Haiti. It's amazing.
I was amazed because he said when I came, I was just something about this place. Like my spirit was just, and I said, you never know like how God works, because he might have been there in a past life. You know what
Right,
I mean?
you never know.
And he's come home, and this is his like karmic contribution or whatever. Because he was talking at one point that he flies sometimes back and forth because he films here,
Right.
and then he comes back, and then they showed like where he sleeps and stuff. And some of his friends in Hollywood are shocked that he would leave
Yeah.
that lavish
Lifestyle to go over there.
And he said, you know what? I felt like I was living a lie.
Yeah, no, I remember him saying that.
And I was like so interested in listening to him even further because he really spoke some truth about it. And I think he's very, very honest.
Yes, he's extremely honest.
Whereas maybe a politician wouldn't be so
Right,
straightforward about it. Because I really feel he has nothing to gain.
No, he doesn't.
Because he's got everything.
No, he has nothing to gain. This is like he's a very unselfish person, and
I believe he's a Leo too, by the way.
and he's a fabulous actor.
Yeah, he is.
I mean, he is a great actor, but his heart is in the right place. And you know, it's funny when if you know his history. My God, he used to hate the paparazzi. He used to beat them up and do all kinds of things.
It was interesting. I was telling my mom he married Madonna, and she was kind of shocked. And I was like, yeah, they were married for a while.
He just came out and said something about his ex-wife, Robin Wright. He said, and basically he was saying he's never been loved. He doesn't think he's ever been loved in any of his marriages. And you know, he dates from woman to woman, but you know, and I think he's seeking out love, and you know, and I think when he gives of himself in Haiti, he gets something out of it. Like you said, he said he felt like a stirring within him when he got to Haiti. That's how, you know, that's how we do. That's how Haitian people don't come to our. You're gonna get touched by something. Well. When we come back, Erline's going to do angel cards, and I'll have something prophetic to say from Emma Curtis Hopkins. See you soon. And we're back with you with the Infinite Elevation Hour. Now, Miss Erline Germain is going to show us or teach us about.
All right. Thank you, Natalie. I brought my little angel book really quickly, and I guess, I think we've done that one before. Why don't we do a meditation for illumination?
Meditation for illumination.
If it comes back. Okay. All right. See your head surrounded by and infused with God's golden yellow light. Next, see the angel of illumination flooding your whole body and the area around you, up to 3 feet in diameter with this light. Feel yourself drawing in creativity and inspiration with every breath. See darkness, density, and discouragement dissolved by the light. Here's a decree. O flame of light bright and gold, O flame most wondrous to behold, I am in every brain cell shining. I am God's light's wisdom all divining. Ceaseless, flowing fount of illumination, flaming. I am illumination. All right, very good. Now, with that being said, Mother Mary's here. Let's see. Why don't we do some saint cards? Love my cards. And I'll pull up my little book. Again, these are just for guidance. We're not doing anything ungodlike. I just put that disclaimer because I always get the awkward, well, what about, you know, this and that? Oh, and then after, that was really insightful.
You're like, yeah.
That's what I was meant to do. Okay, Miss Natalie, I'm going to invite you to cut the stack in half.
Cut it in half.
Okay, you want to pick the cards?
Cut it in half.
Pick the cards you would like.
Come on, God.
I'll pick some too. How many are you picking? 3? All right. We're in tune.
Gonna pick 3 'cause I got to pick 3.
Okay. All right, let's see. Which ones shall I pick? This one looks good. 1. 2. This one with a little crust on it. Yeah, that was kind of. All right. Okay. Do you want to do yours first?
Okay.
And then I'll look at mine. Okay, what number?
71. Philomena.
All right. So, card 71, Saint Philomena. There's an agreement in love within the family, friendships, and at work.
There's what?
An agreement in love within the family, friendships, and at work. So, Saint Philomena, it says, suffered torture and beheading to defend her faith. So, she was really passionate, let's just say that.
Well, that's
But
funny
the
because I'm really
translation is,
passionate
there's
about
an agreement in love within the family, friendships, and at work. Okay, next card. Maybe we'll get more clarity.
And no agreement in love at work.
You said there was an agreement, so
30. Cyrus.
let's see. Mr. Cyrus. Or Miss, I'm not sure. All right. Luminary, tutor, doctor of the soul. So Saint Cyrus was thaumaturgic. He helps doctors with extreme cases. So, but you're a luminary, tutor, doctor of the soul. That's true.
Alrighty. 27.
All right. Positive encounters, enlightening inspiration. Wait, you said 27, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, St. Clara.
Mm-hmm.
She followed the example of Francis of Assisi, abandoning earthly goods. Positive encounters, enlightening inspiration. Do you want more clarity on anything?
Why, there's more?
If you want to pick a couple more cards.
No, I kind of understand what.
You understand? Okay. Let's see.
Okay, I'm gonna read yours.
Okay. Oh, Lord. Uh-oh. 9. St. Ambrose. I gotta read the Bible. Look like that. Look like I gotta read the Bible.
Protector of beekeepers was the Bishop of Milan. Honor, money, excellent health.
Ooh, I accept. Oh, yeah. Let me see that. Okay. Say that again. Honor what?
Says honor, money, excellent health.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right, next card. Okay. It's kind of upside down, but it's all good. 35, St. Felix.
35. Patron saint of beggars. He was a model of humbleness and tenacity. Awarded steadfastness, realization of small projects.
Okay.
You're like, yeah, right.
That's more work, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and 29.
Cosmas Idiamianes. Brothers who were doctors treated men and animals. Success in sciences aid healing.
Okay, I accept.
You're like, okay, I don't know what that was.
No, I guess that's just saying I'll get better, maybe, because I've been
Maybe.
sick. Yeah. All right, I think I need a little bit more clarity. Hold on. I'm going to pull 2 more cards real quick. I know we're running low on time, but one. Okay, let's see. Here we go, Natalie. How about 59 and 44?
Evangelist and preacher protects notaries and interpreters. A responsible man, constructive for himself and others.
Okay, 44. That just introduced something else.
Called the father of the poor, was the first canonized layperson, ideal husband and businessman, loyal to friendships.
Okay.
You're like, all right, well, thank you for that.
I think that's Linwood. I don't know.
All right, so
Thank
there we
you.
have it.
So, as you can see, these can get a little fun. You can do it with a girlfriend or yourself. You know, you don't even need somebody around. Or a boyfriend, you know. Or a guy. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it doesn't have to be a boyfriend, you know, a guy friend. And Natalie's going to discuss her girl, But thank you for listening today.
My girl. Okay, this is
You should do a song.
my girl, Emma Curtis Hopkins. You know I love her. I love her, love her, love her, and she's taught me so much about the power of law to remove deception. You know, we're always, in this world, there's always something trying to deceive us into believing that there is no God. There's always something pushing us to say, oh my gosh, how can I do this? I don't have the time. How much can I do? But we can do it all. God knows that we can do it all. You know, he sees in us what he sees in himself. You know? Yeah. It is thus when we are with God and we know God, feel his presence, we are only thankful for all that hurried or pushed us to this moment and can call it only good. We say truthfully, even in mortal language, there is no trouble. It is the pathway to God, the silver line leading us out of the labyrinth of the mortal realm, out of the earthly woe. How often we have heard people say when things have not ended as they expected, well, it is best as it is after all. Denial is a great power, for if we say there is no matter to a tumor with persistence, it will disappear. We can say there is no matter until we do not see the people in a room or a single object. You could have used that one when you were working on your project.
Yeah, probably could have. Used a lot then.
We can say there is no pain till all pain is gone, and other people's pain will go also if we keep on saying this. While we believe in evil, we are keeping the good hidden from our experience. For we speak as we believe, and the law is that by our words we are justified, and by our words we are condemned. If God is omnipresent and is good itself and nothing else, then all the blessings we can desire must be in him. We are told that in him we live and move and have our being. Then are not the blessings very near us? Our eyes are holden by the beliefs in evil through which we have been deceived and have deceived ourselves. Students of today, not the first to have said that matter is unreal. All the wisest men of the earth have said the same, and it was the oldest teaching known. All the ancient philosophers taught it, and all the modern ones, aside from materialists. People report strange experiences from saying spirit is all and matter is unreality, or from saying mind is all. We can say from experience that is nothing at all to fear. Any strange experience or feeling is an indication that we have gone from the old condition into new powers and are about to know greater truth. If we became afraid, we keep ourselves from knowing this truth that is ready for us, as there is nothing so clouding to the mind as fear. We cannot be spiritual and mortal at the same time. Either condition will prevent the other from showing forth. While we are engrossed by mortal thoughts, we know nothing of spirit. It is a foreign clime to us, a rare atmosphere. So the point being is that we need to focus on spirit and nothing else. Now, if we focus on something else, then we are allowing that thing to create, to be born. Mm-hmm. The only thing I know that's born in my life is God. The only thing that is the power in my life is God. The only thing that can hold me up is God. The only thing that gives me life is God. So that's the only thing I'm going to see in every single individual that walks this earth. I don't care how much they taunt me, push me, try to drive me over the edge. My focus is to only see God everywhere. So this has been the Infinite Elevation Hour. And stay tuned next time for some more spiritual insight, some more creativity, some more angel cards or whatever kind of cards Erline is going to bring forth next. Have a blessed day, evening, and life. See you next time.
Take care. Bye-bye.